Hey guys, how's it going? This is Yusei D Wheeler here, and we got an unboxing to do here today. So, the thing is though, these came out, what's the, earlier at the beginning of the month, I believe. Wait, when exactly did, what was the exact day that they came out? It was the day, it was like end of last month in May though, because, well, let me just bring them out though. Alright, cool. So we got the two new 15th anniversary start decks for Cardfight Vanguard. Reminiscing to Blaster Blade and Dragonic Overlord, which I already had these picked up. I already have the decks made for them though, but thing is though, on the day of their release though, our card shop only managed to get like a handful of them though, so I was only able to get half my pre-orders though, and up until earlier today though, I went to go pick them up because they said, hey, we got them back and they're ready to go pick up, so I thought, why not do an unboxing though? Like I said, I already have the deck for Overlord made though, my brother, and I gave the Blaster Blade one to my brother. And I actually did pretty well on at the Summerfest in Long Beach though. I got like 78th place though, like I only got 2 losses though, just that if my percentage was a little bit better though, then I probably would have made it top 32, but you know what, it's all good. I had a lot of fun. As for the team ones though, well, the team ones didn't do so well though, but me personally during the team I actually kind of like won all my fights though, and then we got hungry and we just like, you know what, let's just go and eat, because aside the whole day it was just like, it was pretty fun. So right now I was able to pick up 4 during the day of its release, so I got the other 4 because I ordered 8 of these decks, and I got 2 of the display, which I had 12 of them though, so which I already opened the 6 from when it was released, and I got the other 6, the other like full display, which is on my bed though. I don't want to completely drag the box there, so I'll just keep pulling the boxes here and whatnot. So first of all, let's start with the OG protagonist, IG Sendo, and his main unit, Blaster Blade. Let's see that. I mean, these decks are really good though. I think right now the decks are going for like a lot more expensive now because these things are so highly sought after. Because right now, the Aichi deck though is pretty much dominating the meta right now, but like not in the way that like Virgilla and like Heart Lure was though, but like because they're at least still manageable. But the Aichi deck can do some really insane stuff though. So in these start decks though, of course you get your main foil. You get also 2 other extra foils that are random though, but if you're lucky you can get a god deck or an SP or whatnot, but let's see what happens though, you know? First things first, let's slide this off. This is got on the game mat and stuff, you know. Usual for card like start deck essentials. Okay, so of course you get Blaster Blade, you get King of Knights Alfred, you get Wingull, and Barkgull, and the Energy Generator. Okay, so let me get closer. So let's so the good thing about these decks also feature something called feature like a little new mechanic called an icon. So basically like a character icon. So some of these like abilities will require you to have like the specific icon, like the Aichi icon or the Kai icon, which I'll get to. Which the Kai icon I'll get into after this one though. But let's go through the deck though. So of course you get Blaster Blade, and this one is a much improvement over the encounter one. Basically, if he's placed in Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, you choose a grade 3 card with an Aichi icon from your Ride deck, and you may reveal it. If you reveal the card, or if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with an Aichi icon, you can either Counterblast 1 or Energy Blast 3, and choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it, which is very versatile. Because the thing is, you can choose between each of the costs to pay. Like, if you don't want to pay energy, you can counterblast. If you don't want to counterblast, you can pay energy. And if he was by the time you activate, when you activate his this ability, if he was placed on the Vanguard circle, you get to draw a card, which is also good. And when he's on rear guard, if he attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, if you have a Vanguard with an Aichi icon, he gains 10k when he attacks, and that's very powerful. Because this deck can drum up huge numbers. So you get one in the ride deck. And now your grade 3 is King of Knights Alfred. And basically, what the thing about these icon units, they have like these special abilities, still like where if you ride this on top of another icon grade 3 unit, it'll trigger Persona Ride, and that's very powerful. Yeah. And like, but see, both like this deck and the Kai deck have like the where you can just interchange grade 3 rides while still triggering Persona Ride. So basically, this King of Knights Alfred is reminiscent of like the original King of Knights Alfred from back in the OG era, where he cannot be boosted though, but he gets 2,000 for each of your rearguard units. But if you have 3 or more, he gets to drive +1, and if you have 4 or more and you Persona Road this turn, then he gets a +1 critical, which is very powerful. I know a lot of people cut this out of the main deck though, but I think me and my bro, we like to have at least one copy in the main deck though, because a lot of the grade 3s want to field with Soul Saver Dragon or Gancelot, which we'll get into later though. Well, Gancelot's not in this deck though, but honestly I think Gancelot should be hit from this deck though, because it makes it too powerful. Yeah. Alright, and then the starter, Wingull, makes an appearance though. So basically, when he's placed on the Vanguard circle, you reveal a grade 3 Aichi icon from the ride deck, reveal it, and then choose a Barkle from the Soul, which is this one, which is vanilla for now. And then you put it to a rearguard circle, kind of like they're kind of like bringing back like Forerunners back in the day too. So, and when you do that though, Wingull will give Barkle an ability though. Basically, it gives Barkle the ability for the rest of the fight. So basically, what it does is that when you bring a Barkle out, Barkle will gain the ability to rest itself and call a Flogel from the deck though, which some people don't like though, but in other cases it's it can work out. It can work out in some occasions though. And no, I'd not get the. I just opened the first deck right now. And then he has a rearguard effect though, where if it boosts a Blast Blade, it gains an additional 5k, so it'll be a 13k booster for Blaster Blade if you choose to run one in the rearguard. And then of course you get the Barkle. And an energy generator. Alrighty, so with that out of the way, I'll just move the right deck away. So, alright, so with this you get 3 more copies of Alfred. You get 3 more copies of Blaster Blade. Get 2 more copies of Wingull. And then you get, here's Soul Saver Dragon. This is the other grade 3 though, which, like I said, like with all the other icon units, if you ride it on top of another icon unit, it triggers Persona Ride, which is, again, very powerful. And this one has the ability where you counterblast 1, Soul Blast the grade 3 Aichi icon unit, and it gives, and it gains the red text ability, which, when this unit attacks though, you stand a column, and all your rearguards in that column will get 5,000 until end of turn. But if you Persona Road, you choose to stand 2 columns instead of 1, so that it makes 5 attacks, and that's, again, they're all juiced up too. And aside from that though, it also gives 5,000 to the front row, so that's really, really powerful. And not only that though, and you can also place this on the Guardian Circle for 10k shield, like, which is they haven't done this before though, but like, well, I mean, they have some though, but like they just decided to make it where you can guard with like Soul Saver, the secondary grade 3, in case you need an extra shield, and I think that was pretty cool. So you get 4 of them. Okay, and you get the 4 Knight of Truth Gordon. And Gordon, they gave it a really... Gordon does the same thing as the original, but if he's placed on rearguard circle, you can counterblast 1, have it gain 10,000 until end of turn, but if he was called by King of Knights Alfred, with an Aichi icon, you draw a card. And again, if you have a Vanguard with Aichi icon though, he gets a plus shield +5, so he's actually pretty bulky and stuff too. And you get the 3 Galatine, Knight of Silence Galatine, and wait. So I'm guessing it's supposed to come with 4, so I'm guessing one of the foils in this one is a Galatine though. But basically when he attacks though, if you have a grade 3 or greater Aichi icon unit, he gains 5,000. Also when he's in the drop zone, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with an Aichi icon and your Vanguard's attack, you can bind this unit and he gains 10,000, and your Vanguard gets 10,000 till end of turn. And basically, you can't. But the thing is, you can't activate multiple Galatines a turn though, so it's kind of like a mini twin cast. Oh, and everyone's favorite reprint, Sergown. Yeah, basically, yeah, this is a $20 card, still, and you only get 1. But basically, if it boosts, if you have more rear guards than your opponent, and you played an order this turn, he gets 5k, and at the end of the battle, retire it, look at the top 2 cards, pick one goes to hand, and the other goes to bottom of the deck. And you get 4 Little Sage Marin. Basically, this one also has a Vanguard skill though, so if you want to, you can also interchange it. You can also put Marin in the ride deck though, which some people do, and I think a lot of people are considering using Marin as the starter once the Demon World Marquee Ammon comes out in set 15, because they're bringing back Steel Vampire, and then Marco's going to be a sitting target for Steel Vampire to place in your Vanguard circle, and then you're not going to be all that happy about it. So basically, this Vanguard effect though is like, basically it's like, so basically his ability is like you Soul Blast one. It's like the Virgilla ride line though, but you Soul Blast and then you reveal a grade 3 Aichi icon from the deck. And during, like, when you ride into your next grade though, it'll just be a free ride. But when he's placed on a rearguard circle, if you have a Vanguard with an Aichi icon unit, you place a non-sentinel normal unit with a Royal Paladin for his clan to the bottom of your deck, and it gets a 5k for that turn. And this is pretty good. It's a good way to cycle some of your cards back. And yeah, you get 4. You get 4 Lake Maiden and Lien, which is a really good card. Basically, when you discard this card from your hand during your ride phase, though, you can perform one of the following. Well, you can perform, yeah, you can call this card as a rest, or you can Soul Blast one and call this card as in the standing position, though. But when she's placed on rear guard, you get to draw 1 card and then discard 1. And basically, if you discard multiple copies of these, though, you get to trigger all of them at the same time, because it's all during ride phase. So. And you get your original Sentinels, which is Flash Shield Isolt. And then you get Amar Noah, the standard Keter Sanctuary overtrigger. And then you get these are icon triggers too, which is actually pretty nice. Though you get the original like Bringer of Good Luck Epona, and then Flogel, which you can call from Barkle, though. And it can be pretty helpful though, but it's a critical trigger though, so whichever. Get 4 of that, get 3 draws. Vanilla draws, these are the only triggers you want to kind of swap out. And then you get the, oh, I guess one of them, you get a foil heal too, because it's supposed to come in 4. So, okay, so you get the Twin Cast. Speaking of Twin Cast, yeah, you get just your Regulus piece. It's good, very good reprint. Basically, if you use it as a Blitz order, you gain 10,000. And if it's in your drop zone, you can use this during the same turn as well. So basically, when you're being attacked, you remove this from the game, and your unit being attacked gets 5,000 per your Vanguard's grade. So if you're at grade 3, it'll be a 15k guard from the drop. So this is really good for. I mean, this is actually one of the more popular Regulus pieces to use, aside from like Fire Regulus and whatnot too. And here are the 2 random holos for this one. You got Galatine and another Elaine. So I think my brother will like the foil triggers. The foil triggers are going to be highly sought after, because who doesn't like foil triggers? Alrighty, so now that's the Aichi deck though. Now I'm going to open up the Dragonic Overlord Toshiki Kai icon deck. So So I have 6 of these, though, so I have more of these to open than the... I think, because like I said, I pre-ordered 2 displays, though, but I was only able to get 1 during the time it was released, so for Summerfest. Okay, so... Oh, still on my desk. Okay, let's see what I get in here in deck number 1. And oh no, I knocked over something. Okay. Situation handled. Shiny elf girl with nice legs. Oh yeah. How many shiny Elaines do you have right now? Alrighty. So now we have the Dragonic Overlord start deck. So again, like the Alfred though, if you ride another grade 3 Kai Icon unit with a different name, it also counts as Persona Ride. Oh, you have 2. Oh, well now you have 3. Alright, so basically this is what Overlord does, but it does pretty much better than the end, better than Dragonic Overlord the end, the encounter deck too. So at the end of this battle, when he attacks, if you get to stand this unit by counterblasting 1, but he loses 1 drive. However, if you Persona Road this turn, you can take a card from your hand, place it into Soul, increase your drive by 1, so it'll be back up to Twin Drive again, and your front row gains 5,000. So this won me a lot of games at the Summerfest. And then we got Dragon Knight Nehalem. Basically, when he's placed on Vanguard Circle, you look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and choose up to 1 non-sentinel unit with a Kai icon from among them, reveal it and put it in the hand and shuffle the deck. If he was placed from hand, this unit gains 5,000 on the turn though, but you're not really going to do that from hand, though. But his effect has a drop zone effect though. When you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with a Kai icon, and it's placed on the Vanguard Circle, you perform one of the following. If you do not have a rearguard with the same name as this card, you may call it to Rearguard Circle, and if you did call it, your Vanguard and this card gain 5,000 until end of turn, which is very good. Or you can choose, if you ride into another grade 3, you bind this card and choose one of your Vanguard's auto abilities and reduce its counterblast cost by 1 until the end of turn. So this basically you can make his effect for free. Alright, and then we got the Embodiment of Armor Bar. And when he's placed on Vanguard Circle, you reveal a grade 3 Kai Icon unit from the right deck, and then choose Lizard Soldier Conroe with a Kai Icon, and then call it from your soul. And it gets the ability, like Barkle gains an ability, though. Basically, you retire this, like the original Conroe, you retire this unit, and choose a grade 1 card from your deck, and place it into your hand. So you can actually search for any orders or any grade 1 units that you want, so this is very powerful. And then it's back row rearguard circle. If your Vanguard with a Kai icon stands by your card ability, you can stand him too. But then you put him in the soul at the end of the turn, which you don't run anymore in the deck though. It comes in multiple copies in the deck though, but like you don't really run extras. All right, so you get the 3 extra copies, and then do you run 2 or 3? I don't know if you get any extra, but yeah, 2 Nehalems here, 2 extra bars, and you get 4 Vortex Dragons. So basically this is basically your Soul Saver though. It has the 10k shield when you guard, and its act ability is you counterblast 1 and Soul Blast the Kai icon grade 3, and but instead of getting your front row 5k, you wipe out your opponent's front row. And then it has the ability where if when he attacks, though, you choose a column and stand it, but if you Persona Road, which you do a lot, you stand 2 columns instead, and they gain 5k until end of turn. And his other ability, which is a Vanguard Rearguard skill, during your turn, if you have a Vanguard with a Kai icon and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, if your Vanguard attacked 2 or more times this turn, or your opponent's Rearguard was retired this turn, he gains 10k, and that's actually very powerful. Again, this guy actually helped me win a few games at the BSF as well, during the singles. And then We have a Kolgaflan reprint. Basically, this is the original Grade 2 cycler, so basically, if you discard this during your ride phase, you Soul Blast 1, put this card at the bottom of the deck, and then you draw a card. However, if it was placed on a rearguard circle, if you Persona Road, you Counterblast 1 and then retire an opponent's column. Well, that has to be in the same column as this unit, though, okay. But you get 1, so that's your reprint. Alright, you get 4 Berserk Dragons. These are one of the best Grade 2s in the deck. Basically, if he was... Okay, so basically, if you write this from hand, though, you don't have to pay any cost. But if he's placed in a Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, if you have a Vanguard with a Kai icon, you Counterblast 1 or Soul Blast 2, you perform one of the following. And if your Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, it gains 5k until end of turn. You can either draw 1 card or retire one of your opponent's Rearguards. And then during your turn, if you have a Grade 3 or greater Vanguard with a Kai icon, this unit gets power plus 5,000. But if your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, then it gets 10k instead of 5k. So, and you get 4 of those. Oh, I like they brought Wyvern Strike Tejas. Basically, this unit gets 5k power and shield if you have a Kai icon unit, and when you would attack a rearguard, this unit can battle an entire column, so basically he's a good column wiper. Get 4 of that. And then this is basically your Lake Maiden Lien. Well, basically if you discard it, though, you can call it in rest, or you Soul Blast, call it stand, then you draw 1 and drop 1. And here's one of the best cards in the deck, though, Wyvern Strike Jaren. If he's placed on a rearguard, you Counterblast 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and add 1 Kai icon non-sentinel to from among them to hand reveal it, and then you shuffle the deck after. But then if it boosts the Wyvern Strike Tejas, it becomes a 13k booster too, which you should be running Tejas in the deck because it's very, very good. I know some people don't, but you know. Of course, you get Wyvern Guard Bari, which is our Sentinels. And of course, we get still one of the best overtriggers in the game, Drag Veda, which stands your Vanguard and gives you 100 million. You get 4 Rakshasa, some of my favorite triggers. 4 Tar, 3 Monica, and then 3, well, I guess one of them is Genjo. Oh yeah, and then they reprinted 4-Bit Serga. This is the first reprint I got, though, but I don't know why they put it in the Kai one, though. Basically, you search your deck, or drop some for up to 2 Grade 3 or 4 units with different card names and reveal them. You call the Grade 3 units, though, but the Grade 4 units you add to your hand, and then shuffle a deck. Okay, and oh, we got one of the foils is Nehalem and Genjo. Alright, so that's that deck. Alrighty, so now we went through those. Let's see what foils we get from this. I'm gonna go through all the Aichi ones right now. Oh, excuse me. Alright, get that. So, I got 3 more Aichi decks to open up, though, because, like I said, I only ordered 8 decks, though, which... It's at the time, yeah. Alright, so... Let's see now. We got the Blaster Blade. Alright, so no, Rydek is still the same. Okay, still the same thing. Alright, 2 Wingull. Oh! I think one of them, one of the foils is Soul Saver, so... And I know the Soul Saver foils go for like over 40, last time I checked. Gordon, get your Galatine, your Sergown. You got that. Oh, okay. So you got another foil Twin Cast, and you got a foil Soul Saver Dragon. Yeah, Soul Saver is like at least over 40 for the foil. Oh, same with this. Same with Alfred. Alfred foils are like over 40. And let's not get into the SP versions if we're lucky to pull an SP. Let alone God deck. Oh yeah, I still got the. Wait, where's the knife? All right. So this is the, I believe, the third Aichi deck. No, second to the last Aichi deck. And then I'll open the rest of the Kai decks, though. Those are good hits. Yeah. Got another foil twin cast as well. Hi there, Jackal. How you doing? Alright, so let's see one. Oh, looks like you got a foil generator, though, because the generator's not here. Three. So the 3 Alfred. 2 Wingle. Oh, another foil Soul Saver. I'm doing pretty good. Okay, so yeah. Well, here's your first foil generator, though. So you got 2 foil Soul Savers. Alright, let's just go all the way to the end. Yep, there we go. Your foil generator and another foil Soul Saver. Okay, just put that. Oh, I opened one of the Overlord ones, though, so I got another foil Nehalem. All your Soul Savers come? Well, now you got 2 foil. Alright. Alright, last Aichi deck. And we get an SP of this one. Alright, so we got that. Alfred, no. Alright, no foil Alfred. Let's see what we get. Oh, Epona. Oh, and a Wingle. Okay. Yeah, one of the Wingles is thing, but yeah. Alright, so you at least got a Ride Line foil too, so that's pretty good. Let's put you here. So yeah, foil Wingle. Yeah, just the regular TDR though. Alright, so alrighty. Let's open the rest of the Kai decks. Alright. Oh, another Barian and a Forbidolf Surrogate. Alright. Okay, and... Ooh, a Jaren. Oh, hey, a Rakshasa. That'd be good. 3 more. Contagious and a tar. I can always use more tars. Okay, so this display is actually having better foil hits than my last display. Alright, second to the last one. Alright. Another bar. Oh. And Kolga Flan. Oops. Sorry. Alright, and the last deck. What will I hit? Okay, no god deck, but my foils are Vortex and ooh, a Dragveda foil. Always happy to get Dragveda. Alright. So with that is... Yep. Let me put you in. It's too bad we didn't get an Alfred foil though, but... Or an SP, but yeah, it's, you know, it's all good. It's all Gamba stuff, but... You know what? It's all fun. It's all good. These are actually pretty good pulls anyway, too. But in any event, though, I'm really happy with these decks, though. These are actually kind of my favorite decks right now at the moment. And, yeah, so I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys again next time. Alrighty, take care.